Joseph Haluska. At the time, fucking who else was in our car? Jason, and literally us four were just clowns. Like we're just fucking around, and then everyone else is there to actually like play basketball.
This is hot ass, dude. Imagine playing on varsity with the jumper that slow, and people are that tall to contest that.
But I feel always gets blocked, or he actually could never get a shot off.
He's too slow. He's too slow for the competition, and he only has a right hand and no left.
Wait, Nick is actually that good? I swear we kicked his ass in Almanza, but he always saves space but not trying.
Yeah.
He wasn't trying. I've seen him play. That's why. Like I've seen him like actually go at it. He was not trying. That's why.
Yeah, of course. If he tries and then like he loses, he's gonna feel hurt.
No, trust. Like if you guys were to play, if you were to play him one on one right now, I think he would kick your ass. Worse than. Yeah, he'd kick his ass. I think he'd kick your ass.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
Trust. I don't. You definitely cannot.
What's the score prediction?
It'll probably be like if we're playing 11, it'll be like 11, like 3 or 4.
All right, I'll bet money with you, and then I'll hit him up, and I'll play him 1-on-1. And I'll get a higher score than 3 or 4.
But what if he throws the game?
Why would he throw the game?
Or if he just doesn't play?
I'll bet you 100, and I'll bet you 200.
Like
3 dribbles.
Someone knocking?
No. 3
like,
dribbles? You think he could execute in 3 dribbles?
Yeah. Like he can shoot now. I'm not bullshitting. He can shoot.
Oh, but you're talking about like him now though. So
yeah.
we're talking about.
No,
him.
We're talking right now.
Yeah, that's talking right now.
Right now, I think I'll still beat his ass too. Nick.
So what? I thought the original thing was.
The original thing was him.
Him back then and Ethan now.
No.
I'll whoop his ass.
Okay.
No, I'll whoop his ass back then.
Him back then. I still
Simmons.
think he's gonna play more than you because he just knows how to like play the point guard role. Like.
Yeah, I wouldn't play point.
Like,
I can never play point.
You'd play the high post position, so you play like Matt Tan's spot, but Matt Tan's he's just there to fucking guard people. He's not even.
He's a Josiah.
He's not even
before
there to,
Josiah.
He's not even there to score.
He's a Josiah before Josiah, and then fucking Josiah.
That's true. He's like a little bit taller.
And dude, not trying to be mean. I think started, bro. His ass.
You fucking hit that? Your ass, bro.
He's ass.
Oh, me and Nick right now.
How about you and Nick right now?
Yeah.
You broken?
You broken. Play him. I think he'd beat you. I still think he'd beat you only because you're like a lot slower than you used to be.
What was score prediction?
The score prediction?
What about Jericho versus Nick?
I think it'd be closer. I think it'd be like 11. I don't know, like 11, like 7 or 8. I don't depend.
You think I'm better either right now?
Skill wise, yeah. Oh, yeah. Even now or before, yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh.
If we're talking pure like moves and like skills, yeah.
I agree. But who carries harder though?
Because Ethan literally just sticks to.
Hey, actually, who carries harder when we play out Manchester?
Who carries harder?
Yeah, because you play Ethan.
Or talking about like more often or.
Yeah, sure. How about more often? Who carries like a lot harder? Who can just take over the game?
It's definitely you.
Hell no.
Definitely you.
Because you've been playing with him out Manchester like with just him,
Okay,
right?
we're playing like us last year, so it's like me, you, us three, and Nathan. More often is definitely Justin, right? Because he would be the go-to.
Okay.
guy.
Yeah.
And
that's us four.
Okay.
When we take Justin out of the equation, I carry fucking really hard. I think I'll carry
like,
harder
like,
than if you would have played.
Like you, him, Alan, and Nate, right? Who would carry harder if it was
if we replaced
either?
it?
Yeah.
So not against each other. So
Oh yeah.
let's say like.
So if we just replaced Ethan with you, that's what you're asking?
Yeah.
Don't say him. Don't say him. Because I set the pick and roll with Alan. I know how to get players involved. Don't say him.
His argument is you get play. You don't think I can get players involved?
You can see
Okay,
me work the pick and roll.
I'll definitely say, only because I've seen Ethan do the pick and roll more with Alan. That's like I guess like he has better pick and roll, but I haven't seen you really play pick and roll.
You've never done pick and roll.
That's why
he doesn't do pick and roll.
Alright, so just answer the question. Who can take over the game and who carries harder?
Who could take over the game is definitely Justin.
Alright, and who carries harder?
You gotta know, dude. The takeover, that guy would go for like 13 straight. Almost every other game last summer.
All right,
like
takeover.
Like actually, no one could guard him when Justin's like actually going at it last year.
But you have to keep in account that Nate and Alec progressively gets worse as the years go on. So of course it's gonna take over because those guys play them closer.
The last one we played, it was like last week. It was me, Nate, Alan, and Brian. Oh my god, they
So,
they were really bad.
So right now, if we were to go on Manzar now and me Ethan were to switch off, who do you think could take over the game and carry harder?
Are those two separate
No,
situations?
and I'm not. Remember, recently I have not been carrying. I've been not carrying because I want you guys to take over. Remember that?
I mean,
I've been letting you guys do whatever.
I mean, those games are like those games have been so terrible competition wise that it's like I feel like the intensity and like the people actually like trying to fucking win has been so bad. Like you should do
Fool,
justice.
just
If you should,
the fucking
that shit's
question,
so bad.
Any competition, whether it's hard or easy. Like,
Okay, no, I already answered the first part of the question. If it's anything related,
Right now.
related, it's gonna be Justin.
No. He's so bad at basketball.
For like
Go airball. The airball starts the game.
for like takeover like scoring, it's gonna be Justin.
that's such an insult, dude. He's so bad at basketball.
bro, I could not play for 4 weeks. You still pick me?
That's
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Well, from like what I've seen,
Fuck it, Justin. You roll with them. I'll pick up 3 Mexicans.
Because
I'll fuck you guys up, bro.
I haven't played with Justin.
All right,
So
let's
from-
go to the podcast, dude. Fuck, this is so retarded, dude.
That's fucking funny.
Wait, you guys let me set me up. Whichever one I answer, the other guy's gonna get pissed.
All right.
That's the hard truth, buddy.
That's true. All right. So welcome back to the next episode of Poor Decisions. I'm going to be your host, Brian. Today I'm joined with.
Ethan.
Raymond.
Justin.
Okay. So our first question for the day: do you think girl and guy best friend is a real thing or is it fake?
Fake.
Fake?
Fake.
No way.
No real one.
I feel like one party believes it's real, but the other party believes it's fake. For an instance, ugly girl, good-looking guy. Ugly girl thinks that's something going on. Good-looking guy thinks something is not going on, and then vice versa as well. But both parties agreeing that nothing, like there's no sexual attraction initially. It's false.
But what if they're both in a relationship?
Yeah.
Like from the get-go, from the start.
Yeah.
Close best friends, I would highly doubt that one partner of each of the relationships will even allow that.
So, or how about like this? How about they're both friends first and then they get into a relationship?
But you guys talk about best friends initially, like girl and guy, but initially one really likes the other more. That's the only reason why there's like a conversation going.
What if it was like a friend group that just got together?
I still don't think that it would work ever. Because one day, I hear so many stories about this too. Because
No, yeah, me too.
You
So
know what I mean?
I'm not saying but I'm just saying like when people say like it could be, they usually bring that point up like what if we just started as friends as a group and then we got together in our respective relationship.
Yeah, but they put each other in reserve as well. So like, let's say if there's a crack in the shield, chink in the armor, there's something's bound to happen.
The backup.
Yeah, it's literally backup. People always plan out. It's just human nature. Like, hey, my relationship's not going to work out. I'm going to keep these people stringed on, even though they're in a relationship. Say hypothetically they get out of a relationship, boom, there's my plan B right there.
Okay, but so do you expect, let's say two people are good friends, that once one gets into a relationship, that friend that's not in a relationship should get like cut off in a sense?
Oh, okay, that's another story. That's a long
Yeah.
one. Okay,
I
so
don't know about getting cut off, but
'Cause-
I feel like you're definitely not gonna have as much like interaction.
I would say cut off. I would say cut off because everything that you found in that opposite gender, you find in your partner now.
What if like they really didn't, like they're just like, let's say close friends growing up, like childhood friends, and they're always like just the go-to to like talk about stuff. But now that you have like a significant other and you kind of replace them with it, do you replace and let go, or you just replace and it's just there? It's not that you're like saving as a backup, but like you're also not like tossing it as well.
Yeah, like that's a really different scenario. Like, okay, childhood best friends, and then later on they get in a relationship. You guys kind of distance off after.
Mhm.
I think that's just a normal process, but they're not gonna be like tight best friends anymore. They're gonna be title best friends, but like, hey, that's my best friend, but you guys haven't talked in like 3 months. You know what I mean?
What if the girl best friend is your best friend also?
Sure.
What if your girlfriend's best friend was your best friend?
So let's say in this situation,
Alright.
for Katie,
Yeah.
she has a guy best friend,
Mhm.
all right, but you're also cool with him.
But you're also best friends with him.
Oh.
Well, like
Would you be cool with it? Would you trust your best friend to like to make sure it's platonic.
Yeah, but I would not. Oh, wait,
Perfect situation. Katie is really cool with Justin.
Yeah.
In that situation.
I'll be cool with that to a certain extent. So it's like an all depends type of game.
Like, would it be fine for you if, let's say, those two just like went out? Like, it wasn't like a dinner or anything. Like, they just like went out to go hang out.
Oh no. Because like the boundaries have to be set after. So like, let's say if I get in a relationship with Katie, even though all three of us were best friends, she has to know, or Justin also has to know that, hey, like Ethan's dating Katie now. We should not be doing stuff like that. It's not labeled as platonic. Like going one-on-one, just hangouts without the boyfriend there is like definitely not a platonic thing. Unless it's like a catch up, you know what I mean? Not like, oh, let's go watch a movie together. Like, what?
Well, maybe not like watch a movie, but like.
But what if I was buying you a gift and I was like, hey, Katie, want to help me buy a gift?
Yeah, that's like normal. Yeah, like, yeah. It's like a totally different scenario of it.
But
like a hangout, it's different.
Do you think it's based more on your trust for Katie or more so your trust for Justin?
Whoa.
Damn.
I don't know. What do you
That's
guys
a
think?
tough
That's a tough one. Yeah, that's the one.
It depends.
Well, he doesn't have a best friend, so he doesn't know.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, it depends on your scenario for sure. Dude, that's rough.
I don't think a guy should have a girl best friend.
Vice versa.
For the most part, yeah, I would agree. I mean, for the most.
But I feel like more guys will agree with me than girls will agree with me.
Oh wait, but
Oh, yeah, for sure,
So
yeah.
my take on like you said that guys shouldn't have a girl best friend.
No.
So let's say you wanted an opinion for your significant other.
Yeah.
Is it not good to have a girl's
No.
opinion?
I was thinking of myself. Why would I need a girl's opinion? Like, you don't know your girl enough to think of your own opinion or think of what she would like?
Because I would think like obviously how we guys think and how girls think is different.
But okay, give me a scenario where you would need a girl's opinion to help you with your relationship.
So let's say you get into an argument with your girlfriend and she's mad at you and you
you would share arguments with other people between you and your girlfriend?
well, like I feel like it depends where the thing we brought up about when guys go to let's say guys for advice or whatever is more so for perspective, not like, oh, I'm gonna take what you say and that's gonna be what I'm gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
More so we're looking for perspective versus advice. Is it? Do you think it's wrong to look for perspective, or like to be more open minded to how you would think?
Okay, two things. I think it is wrong to share whatever you're arguing with your significant other to other people.
Okay.
Like, I personally never do that. I'll never tell anyone like what I'm arguing out with my significant other.
Mm-hmm.
And for another perspective, like, what perspective can you provide to another person that wouldn't be biased towards you?
Just the other
Because most likely you're not gonna explain the whole story. Like, to gain a perspective that is non-biased.
But didn't we say like for guys they say it how it is?
We do, but then like
You think we don't say it to the girls?
you're not gonna. It's gonna be difficult to convey what your girlfriend's thinking because you don't think like her. So no matter how you say it as it is, you're not really conveying what she's feeling from her side. I could say how it is, right? But then I'm not saying how my girlfriend feels about it, or it's tough for me to say how she feels about it.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying in that situation you're asking for how that your girl best friend would think about it in her.
But
shoes.
like, what could they give you that would like give you a different perspective? Like, I feel like us guys were pretty mindful and aware enough to think both sides, where we can like just figure this stuff on our own.
You think we can think emotionally enough as like
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
I don't like, you have to give me a specific example of where like this is what you're arguing about with your significant other, and then you need to like find another girl to help you change your perspective or give you like an advice.
So I would sometimes come to Justin, right? If it's like an argument that I cannot resolve myself, okay? And then Justin will give me like a broader perspective, and then I will go home and think about it, wait for like a day because you always get hot-headed, and then later on come up with a solution and then weigh out the options and stuff. That's like doesn't that kind of contradict what you say then? Because like that opinion, your opinion or whatever advice you gave me kind of helped me out.
Yeah, but that's why I never say I usually never say my advice is non-biased because I never know the whole story.
Yeah.
So no matter what I give you, even though you think it's non-biased, it's probably still biased.
Yeah.
But that's why I think that if I could do it where I could give you a broader perspective, I think every guy should be able to have that emotional intellect to think of a broader perspective.
I don't have.
Not to bash you for coming to me for advice, but I think that like if you just like maybe you're like up in your head or like just heated from that moment where you couldn't really think straight, and you just need a person to like kind of like set you like straight. But then I think if like in most cases, if you're able to like just calm down and think about like the whole entire situation and really think like why she's feeling this way and why do I feel this way, you could kind of like construct like, okay, this is how I'm gonna view it in a non-biased way, and this is how I should approach this situation. I don't really think you need other people to like give you perspective, whether it's a guy perspective or a girl perspective. I don't think you really need to like go out to other people for perspective.
Okay, so do you think that if that's the case, is there any point in just having girlfriends then, if in your eyes they're only there until you're taken?
Having girlfriends?
So like, let's say like, is there even a point like creating like a relationship, like a friend relationship with a girl?
No.
If not at all.
No. Unless you're trying to get at them, I don't think there's a point.
Oh,
like
shit.
I don't have like a friend that is a girl where I go to like catch up or hang out. Like I just have a girlfriend. But I do like hang out with like the guys, right, who has girlfriends. Like we're friends, right? But I'll never hit them up one-on-one without telling their respective boyfriend.
Okay, and then let's say not one-on-one, but let's say you have a friend group and it's both genders, right?
Sure.
But you have one person that just like, I guess, you talk to more than the rest of the group. Okay. Should you continue that at all, or like it's just strictly within the friend group?
Wait, can you repeat that question? I got kind of lost. Like, yeah.
If you have a friend group, right?
Yeah.
Guys and girls.
Yeah.
Would you ever like not that I'm saying you're putting an extra effort to be friends with this girl, but if it just happens, like, why would you ever drop that? If it's like just naturally like, oh, you guys are just kind of matching the same like type of person, like, oh, just.
We could have like, if we're hanging out at that time and we just click and we're like friends, sure at that time we click, but outside of that, no, I'm not hitting you up or anything more. Okay. Then we'll just, and the next time we meet as a friend, as a group, then I'll talk to you how we've talked previously. But then as soon as we go out from that group, then I'm not gonna build upon that anymore.
Okay, and then let's say we'll reverse it for let's say a girl is going to you for like just talk, like she hits you up, not that you
about what?
Just like her problems or whatever, right?
About her boy problems?
Or like just like it could be boy problem, it could be like, let's say family, so she just want to talk to someone, right? She's like, you're her go-to, okay?
Or my go-to, and I have a girlfriend?
Let's say regardless if you have a girlfriend now. Like she just likes.
No, it kind of doesn't matter if I have a girlfriend. If I have a girlfriend at times, she hits me up to talk, then I tell her to talk to someone else.
Oh, how about before that? Like you don't.
Why?
Why?
Mm-hmm.
Because, I don't know. I feel like my girlfriend will be uncomfortable with someone hitting me up to talk about something like intimate or something like really personal, one-on-one. Especially when like, if they're like in their most vulnerable, like stuff can lead. Or like,
okay.
So you want to avoid anything that will like lead to unnecessary stuff.
But
so I'll just tell her like, hey, like I think, yeah, I'm sorry how you feel this way, but like I feel like you should talk to someone else. Like there's no way she doesn't have any other friends that she could talk to. Why should she choose me?
But that's what I'm saying. What if like you've like been her like, let's say, childhood friend, and like she respects your advice the most, that's why she's going to you.
And I have a girlfriend?
Alright, let's say, alright, you guys.
Let's say I don't?
You guys are growing up and no girlfriend yet, right?
Okay.
Really close, she would come to you for.
Then yeah, I'll talk to her.
Yeah, okay. And then once you get a girlfriend,
Yeah.
then she has to like stop talking to you? Because you're saying that you're it's out of a respect thing for your girlfriend, right?
Yeah, she'll have to probably like, yeah, stop doing that.
But at the same time, would your girlfriend be okay with it if you as yourself would be trustworthy enough to not make her.
I'm gonna tell you this: your girlfriend is gonna say she's okay with it, even though you're not. Because come on, we all been there, right? Where we say, yeah, I'm okay with it, but deep down, like you're really like not super okay with it. You're kind of unsure about this whole thing because it can kind of escalate in ways that you don't want it to escalate to.
Okay, you just always put yourself out of situations where
Yeah, I just put myself out of situations where like stuff could never happen, or I put myself out of situation where you would never think it could ever happen.
Okay, so like, okay, if you never want to die from drowning, then never swim, right? So like,
Yeah, sure, but then like
Like
that's different because I can always teach myself how to swim. You know, like I can't teach you to 100% trust me, or like teach you to never ever think of doubtful thoughts.
okay.
Okay.
Well, I think it just depends on your relationship with your partner. Like, I'm not saying that it's not possible where you both are like cool with it. It depends on each like relationship. Like some people are like,
You saying it depends, right?
Or like,
So
hell no.
Are you saying that you would be cool with it if it were to happen to you?
if like if you gave me the same scenario, like, hey,
Yeah.
we're childhood best friends, blah blah, this happened, like I feel like if me and my girl were like cool, and like we trust each other, I wouldn't give a shit. I'd be like, hey,
And you will never have any doubtful thoughts.
not really, not to the point where I'm like freaking out about it. Like it probably would cross my mind, but I don't think. That's why I say like it depends on like your girl. Are they someone that's, I guess like you know you can, how do I word this, like I guess what they do and like how they act and the people they hang out with is like a big indicator of like the type of person they are. So let's say like if you're like with someone that's very like a homebody family person or whatever, that's like you would think that they're gonna, or you would find them a little, I guess, like more trustworthy than if someone that's like always out and about and like hang out with a bunch of different like people. And I don't know how to. Do you get where I'm trying to go?
Yeah, I get
it's
what
the
you're saying,
dynamic,
but you're
right?
saying like,
Yeah.
if let's say you have a girlfriend, right? And
Okay.
she has a guy best friend who comes to her for problems.
Okay.
You don't think it's weird for that guy to come to her for problems?
It's
Like you don't think it's weird? Like he could have went to anyone else.
I mean, it's a little weird, but I mean, if you guys are like tight with that, or like tight like that before like we met, or like or like a lot closer, before I got with you and whatnot, then I don't think it's that big. It's a little weird. Like you can come to them with the problems like every now and then, but if it's like
No.
every single time, then it's like, okay, wait, hold up,
And what if every single time he's like, well, this is the person I usually go to every single time. Then how are you gonna respond to that?
I guess yeah, it just comes down to like the nature of it. Like if your girl's like very like open about it and tells you everything about it, or like I don't know, like if they're like kind of like sus about it, then okay, then you get like
No way, because once you say they could do that, then you can never set a boundary. Right?
No, because then I think you can say, oh, I was okay with it first because it was just like this, but now you are getting a little too much.
And then she's like, oh, well, what's a little too much? Like, what are we doing now that's different from what we did before?
Then that's up to you to tell her.
yeah.
Like,
But see, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's hard to establish your boundaries once you let it happen.
I don't know. I think, well, let's say if I don't, I mean, most of the time people don't set boundaries, or I wouldn't, if it was me, I wouldn't think to set a boundary like immediately because it seems like controlling or like kind of fucked up in a way, right? So that's why
It's controlling at first, right? But watch, once you let it escalate a little bit, it's gonna
It
be
gets worse. What?
before, and you can never ever go back to controlling it, because you'll always bring up that you let me do it before. I don't know what changed now that you did not let me do it now, and there's no going back from now on.
You know the quote, give a girl an inch, they'll take a mile.
They can go both ways.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a rough one. That's why I.
They go both ways.
That's
for sure.
that's why my answer is like it goes like case by case. Definitely depends on like the type of person your girl is, because then that'll definitely change how the whole situation is handled.
So to answer your question, no, I don't think a guy should have a girl best friend, or vice versa. But do you think so?
I don't think
I
don't think you should. Like I feel like 90% of the problems like,
Come from that.
from guys. Other guys will like can give you enough advice for you to solve easily.
I don't think it's something like, oh, I have to have a girl best friend. I have to like, but I'm just saying, is it wrong for them to already had it, and then like, if they do, like, then would they have to cut it off? So let's say I'll give you my situation. So I have a girl best friend that like I've been close with since like elementary till now, right? And then let's say when I previously was in a relationship and when she was too, they would or let's cut that off first. We would just talk daily, like if not like it'll be like, oh, about like school or whatever going on and stuff like that. I get into the relationship now. Something happens and I want to ask her for advice because I feel like, one, she knows me the best.
You don't know yourself the best?
No. Let's say like for. Oh, yeah, that's good. Let's say I need.
He's a villain.
Like the. I know how I'm thinking, but maybe how I'm looking at it is not.
She knows how you think?
No. She knows how a girl would think.
Okay.
So the way I'm looking at, like, let's say for, we're kind of not established, but we were saying how guys are normally logical, girls can think emotional, or it could be
But did you know that before you went to her for advice?
No, what?
That guys are more logical and girls are tend.
Because I know myself personally, I'm a better logical thinker. I think like how it is, like this. I'm not really I'm not feeling that well. Like I'm thinking like this because of like how I'm like emotionally feeling at that time. So I'm going to her for that other half that I'm lacking. Because I don't think any person is the perfect human where they can think both logical and emotional. And I'm going to her strictly not because of like being a girl, but I guess like I see that has more of an emotional thought process than I do, and I don't see any of my other guy friends having that emotional understanding.
Did you ask her other guy friends?
Well, let's say like me personally, I know how my other guy friends think, and I don't know, like, let's say you three. I don't think any of you three are more emotional than you are logical. So I'm not coming to you guys for that logical half because I know myself I can get the logical half, but I'm missing that emotional part.
You don't think your guy friends can think emotionally?
Because I think I know my guy friends enough.
Okay.
And I don't think they can.
So when you went to your
I don't think
girl,
they can think more emotionally than I can.
Okay.
Like, I think we're at like equal levels of emotional. I think we can think emotionally, but like maybe not to their extent.
when you went to your girl best friend for advice at that time,
oh no,
did it help you?
Not that I did, but like I'm saying that's the reasoning for me going to.
Did you ever?
Huh?
Did you ever went to her for advice?
Not advice, perspective.
Oh, perspective? Did it help you gain a better perspective?
I wouldn't know the exact situation, but I would think probably.
Also, it never happened. Like you never went to her for a perspective before. You're just saying like if it like you just giving me like a hypothetical scenario.
No, I think I did, but it's been a while, so I don't know the exact situation and whether or not it did help.
Can you remember like did it? Oh, you don't remember if it helped or not?
I don't. It did. It's been like.
No, that's what I'm trying like cause while I was trying to get out, if it did help, could you not have thought that on your own? Like, did you really need her perspective? But since you don't remember, then it's okay. You don't have to answer.
I think if I
This guy's devil's advocate.
if I think I could have done it by myself, I think I would have. Like obviously, I'm not. It's not like I'm like incapable. Go to her right away. And I'm like, damn, I'm really stuck. Then like, I wouldn't say last resort, but like, it's not like my first go-to. Like I'm stuck. I'm going to her. I'm stuck going to her. It's not like a go-to. More so like a.
I don't know. What do you guys think? I think that anyone should be able to think of an issue by themselves instead of going for other people for help. Because why would you want other people to have that image on your relationship?
It depends. I think.
But give me a scenario where it depends where you have to go to other people.
But why do you care about their opinion about your relationship? Because.
Yeah, sure. Like, why wouldn't you care? Why like it's how other people view you. You don't want like sure you can say like I don't care, but then like it's still like you and your girl's like reputation. You think your girl would be okay with it if she went out to other people to tell about your problems?
But I feel like for my close friends, I wouldn't if let's say my relationship's not how it is, or like not like as perfect as it is. I wouldn't like go the extra mile to like not make it seem.
The only way where I think you could get an unbiased opinion is if when you go to your friend for advice, your girlfriend has to be there too to tell the story.
Okay.
Right? Like if you go to marriage counseling, you're both there to tell your own side.
You're saying that like no matter what, she is your girlfriend, or girl best friend, so she'll be on your side more than hers.
Yeah.
What if like you have that girlfriend that you know is like let's say you you tell her how it is, regardless like if Ethan comes to you for something and Ethan's wrong, you're not gonna gas him up. You're gonna be like, no, I think you're wrong.
Yeah, but like that's
okay.
Still...
So to answer your question, like okay, I have that experience. I'm not gonna name the people, but I'm like the middleman, right?
Who is it?
I'm not gonna say it, but I'm like the middleman. Like I'm close enough to both people to the point where like it's at the point where like, oh, someone will come to me for like, oh, what should I do for in this scenario? And I feel like because I'm good enough friends with both that I'll give you the unbiased opinion. But that's just the person like I am. If you're gonna come to me for like a problem, right? I like, especially since it's something that's not like, I guess, related to me personally, then it's a lot easier for me to give you an unbiased opinion since I know both of them like well enough. Versus like, oh, if I only knew the guy, I was like good friends with the guy, and then the girl like not really, and then she comes to me for it. Of course, you're gonna like side a little bit more with the guy.
But it doesn't matter if you know both of them enough. You didn't hear the story from both of them, right?
I mean, if you view it that way, then yeah. But like, if you've heard it from, if you've heard it from both sides, then
At the same time,
not at the same time.
then no, then you're still gonna give a very biased answer if you didn't hear it both at the same time, because one side could be telling you something wrong that you wouldn't know.
Bottom line, I think to summarize all this is, don't share your relationship stuff
advice
with
with other
anybody,
people.
Yeah.
And guys and girls cannot.
Yeah, guys and girls can't be best friends, and if they are in a relationship, each of them, they should start distancing each other for respect out of the other person's partner and relationship, to not bring out insecurities in the other person's relationship and break the trust. And then you guys can rekindle here and there, but it cannot be the same as it was when you guys are both single and best friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. We can't name drop, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to put that out if you do name drop.
Okay. So Raymond, who was it?
Well, I mean, if you're gonna cut it out,
Yeah.
it's a.
Alright, so next question. Alright, so for we'll give this situation for girlfriends. So your girl is mad at you. You have two options. It's a lose-lose situation. Which one do you choose? She's mad at you. Alright. Either you try to talk to her and ask her what's wrong, but she's already mad, so she's just gonna shut you off, right? It's like, I don't want to talk, yada yada. Or you give her space, and now she's mad. It's like, why isn't he trying to fix it? Or why isn't he like confronting me about it? Which one's a better option?
Oh, the talking it through.
The first one, because at least even though it's a lose-lose, at least you're not gonna get like shit on for not trying. As long as you tried, in her mind, hey, at least you tried. But if you give her space because you think that's the right thing to do.
Let's say, because there's some people that when they talking to someone that's mad in a relationship, they'll directly say, "Do you want to talk right now, or do you want space?"
Mm.
So I'm not saying like, oh, you're just gonna like just dip and like, let her do her own thing. You're gonna acknowledge to her that, oh, I'm gonna give you space right now.
Oh no, I never do that. I never do the giving space because I actually want to hear what they have in their mind right now, and then I could think about it overnight if we don't resolve it, and then come back with a rebuttal the next day. And I always like to solve the solution before it gets out of hand or like lingers on, because shit's like, dude, take out the trash if this thing's, don't spray like Febreze or some shit, you know what I mean? Like just fix the solution, you know?
Yeah, I
Find
feel
the
like,
solution.
likewise, if you just let, like, even like if both parties are cool with like, oh, let's just talk in a bit, I think it leaves room for thoughts, and like it could end up being like, oh, overthinking to like something that could have never happened in the first place that you could just like squash and like.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Like, or you overthink and think of like some like crazy ass scenario
Yeah,
of like some stupid shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you had that situation or no?
Usually the other side wants to talk and not do space.
What do you mean there was a
Like usually I'm the one that would request to have space to think. I never had a situation where like, oh, like, do you want to talk about it now, or do you want to have like some space? Usually she's like, no, I want to talk about it now.
Okay.
But for me it's the opposite. Like I would probably want to think a little bit.
you want
Yeah,
the space.
yeah, I would want the space. Yeah, so I don't know how to answer that one.
It's a role
But
reversal.
if I had to choose, it would choose like talk out right now.
Okay.
Like for her, like yeah.
Definitely right now. It's also a psychological game. Like, oh, you kind of want to see how they think when they're really mad.
Yeah.
So like, you know how to react in the future, and then also you can manipulate. No. Well, then in the future you can kind of know how they're gonna react, and then you already have a rebuttal for them if you see an argument coming up. And then you're always doing the mind game where you always have a rebuttal, and they can't rebuttal back at the moment. and behind their head they're always thinking you're right, so you're never wrong.
But do you think that?
Actually, he's playing chess.
Do you think that plays into
Checkers.
like if you're like preparing for the worst, it ends up being like you're gonna like lean toward that, or like you're less likely to like prevent it because you're just prepared for like.
I feel like if I'm always prepared, I don't even think about, oh, it's gonna lead to the worst, because I'm already ready for that. Like if it ever comes about, so I always think of the worst,
No,
and
exactly.
if it doesn't even get anywhere close.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't bother like so you're already prepared for the worst.
Yeah.
So you're less likely to take preventative measures because you're prepared for that.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a bad thing versus like you're not prepared for it, so you'll do everything in your power to not lead it to that?
No, because if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen no matter what. So that's why I never want to do like, hey, like I prevent this, like da 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 da. I'd rather have it all up front and then we rock through the worst, or we don't last at all.
Okay, I see what you're coming from. So you'd rather like just deal with everything straight up instead of like you trying to cover up and like baby like the scenario and try to like clean it up.
Yeah.
Well, and then let it kind of like grow and then get worse.
Yeah.
And then waste your time
Yeah,
like, down the line.
Because if it does grow, and if I'm trying to prevent it and I see it's a reoccurring issue and it keeps growing, I'm just wasting my time throughout that period where it's growing.
Where's preventive?
Yeah, I could have just found somebody else or just like dumped you, work on my own shit, you know, like. That's why I just see out like if it is what it is, then yeah, just let it go.
I
But
mean,
I'm always ready for it though.
I mean, would you not like try to resolve issues? Or I guess you only mean that in the case where the same thing keeps recurring versus like, oh, if it happens once, then we kind of like work through it, we're cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah.
Okay. And then this kind of pertains to the same of our first topic for the girl and guy best friend. Well, let's say not even like best friend or whatever. Do you think that in a way, you talking to opposite gender about certain things removes them from consideration? So what I'll say is, let's say you have a girlfriend, right? And you're always talking to them about like, let's say you're super flirty with them, right?
Mm.
Like that's just like how it is. Like you just like joke around like that. Does that in a way, like, take them out of consideration? Like you'll never think of them that way. Or does it help you because you already skipped that like awkward stage?
I think it helps
I
you.
feel like, yeah, I think it helps you.
I think it helps you because they're like, damn, this dude could spit game. Like, bro, like imagine if like what he could do in bed, like you know, like the scenario thinking, you know, like yeah, I think, yeah.
Because do you see the other situation like, oh yeah, we always joke around like about however like flirting or whatever, and then like they don't ever like think of you as that. It's just like, oh, it's just jokes.
I feel like that's a myth, bro. Like everybody's just like, oh, I'll never think of this person as that. Like everybody goes through a situation with their friends that's opposite gender and go like, hey, would this ever work out?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody goes through that. Like there's no way anybody is that oblivious and naive to think that, oh, I never thought of this person as in a relationship with me. Like there's no way. There's just no way.
Okay, let's say this for girls and guys. Do you think, let's say, them denying that so and so has a certain level of attraction to you, is that because that quote unquote person, guy or girl, likes the attention? So let's say for me, me and my I said girl best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Someone told me, oh, you and so look so cute together, yada yada. It's like, oh no, they're just my friend, stuff like that. And like, do you think in a way it's like, I just like let it as that because I like the attention? And let's say reverse, both ways. Girl has a guy friend that's like, oh, you guys look so cute together, and she just leaves it as that.
But what are you trying to do though? Like, are you actually just trying to be friends?
Yeah.
Oh, then I'll be like, nah, you're ugly as hell. Just laugh about it, make a joke or some shit. Like, dude, I don't know if I'm answering your question, bro.
No, I don't think you are.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I don't think you are.
I don't think so either, bro. But no, like, okay, the joke. Okay, so you're trying to say the joking part is just for attention?
No, not even the joking part. All right, let's say I'll see for you and Katie. She has some friend, some guy friend that you know for sure is like he likes her.
Yeah.
And then Katie kind of, I guess, denies it.
Oh, okay.
Is that in a way like she just likes the attention, not so much that she was ever planning to get with you, but like she just likes the attention? Oh, like this guy likes me, stuff like that.
I don't think it's for.
I don't think it's for attention.
I don't think it's for
at all.
attention. It's just like
It's just like how else would she answer that?
it's just like a yes or no. You
Yeah.
like you just
Like,
cut it
do you
off.
think it's an
then
ego boost thing?
No, I actually don't. Like maybe she just
No.
tried to like
Maybe
hold on
she-
to their friendship, but then like the other guy likes them.
Yeah. Yeah, Messi. Yeah.
我有兩杯嗰啲乜嘢茶，你要唔要飲啊？嚇餐館啊，我唔
I don't really understand the
啊
question.
嚇。
I don't either.
Oh, okay. I think his question is like,
When she denies him, is it for attention?
so let's say like if a guy like the guy likes Katie but Katie doesn't like him and just says like no to him, is that
So you don't understand that question?
actually now
Because
now that I repeat it, I'm like,
what would be
the
the alternative answer? If she says yes,
Like, ugh!
like
I know.
yeah, he likes me.
No comment. Like,
Or like no comment, like just like
No,
like,
I don't think it's an
ego
ego
boost?
boost
I
at
don't
all.
think it's an ego
I think
Like,
she's saying like oh,
either
no,
way,
like,
you saying yes or no?
Like, establishing like no, he doesn't like you.
All right,
Yeah.
what's the question, Ryan?
Okay,
Clarify. So, if Katie's friend, if Katie's friend likes her, like actually likes her, and then she, like people go, like other friends go like, hey, like dude, you two will be cute together. Like I think this guy likes you. She's like, no. So you're saying that's a attention booster or no, an ego boost or for attention?
Or like, okay, let's say, do you think it's bad when they deny that someone else likes them, or like rather that they're aware of it?
Oh, denies and is aware of it.
Yeah, those are the
Oh,
two.
okay,
So let's
okay.
say you, alright, well, regardless, you think that this dude likes Katie, right? Is it which is a better situation? She's aware of it and like she's like, yeah, I think so, but like just cuts it off, or she's like, nah, I don't think so.
Oh.
okay, that's the question. I was so confused.
I think I worded it wrong in the beginning.
Yeah.
Which of the two? What do you think?
Well, it depends on the scenario, right? Like if, cause you said, oh, what if like a random friend comes over and asks like Katie and this guy like, oh, I think.
Oh, not that. Not that's a different situation. So let's say Ethan is with Kate. Everyone knows that, okay? And then
Are they alone?
what do you?
Wait, what?
No,
Wait,
okay. Because
I know what you're talking about. I know
yeah,
you're-
right. Because then if we're all in a friends group, right, and then a random person says like, oh, like I think that guy likes you, right? Like, hey, Katie, I think that guy likes you. Of course, she's like, no, I don't think so. To help save face for that guy, right? Because imagine she said, yes, but I don't really like him. Then you just embarrass that guy on the spot.
Oh wait. I get your situation with the different dude. So let's say no one's bringing up anything, right?
Sure.
Ethan is with Kate.
Yeah.
Right? And then Ethan knows this other dude, and he's aware that he likes Katie.
Uh huh.
Okay.
Okay.
What's a better response, or what do you think is better for Katie? Her being aware of, or like kind of acknowledging how Ethan is like looking at it, like, oh, maybe this guy does like me, or Katie shutting off, like, oh no, he's just.
And it's just them two talking, right? No
it's
one
just-
else.
It's just.
Oh yeah, then her being aware, like, yeah, I think you're right. That guy does like me. Yeah, I think then yeah, that's.
I hope you're aware, cause like if you can't tell that a guy likes you, there's something.
That's
wrong
bad.
with you.
I,
There's
that's
something
like
wrong
when
with
you're
you.
little.
Well,
You're
the
little
first
too
experience, more often
oblivious.
than not, they don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
It's
some reason.
crazy. I don't understand
That's
that.
what I'm saying. Like, there's for some reason sometimes no, I don't think so. Like, they'll deny it.
Yeah. It's like no way you think this guy like 3 a.m. going out of his way to talk to your ass for free, like for no cost, dude.
Yeah.
Like that's dumb as hell. But like yeah, if they deny it, it's like damn, that's a red flag. Like hey yo, if they deny it, like hey, you gotta realize this. You either gotta cut it off or you gotta do something about that shit. Cause
But if they deny it, I don't think it's an ego boost. I think they're actually like pretty oblivious that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where I'm getting at
Okay.
for the second part, the denying part,
Yeah.
and ego boost thing.
Yeah,
So-
I think it's oblivious.
Just-
in most cases,
For the
it's
most part, it
oblivious.
should be oblivious.
Yeah.
Like
I hope so, because
if it's an ego boosting, that's fucked up. Yeah.
it's like you got a big ego to like count on that shit to boost your shit up.
Okay.
Yeah, really.
And then let's. I want to get Justin's opinion for this. So, how long have you and your girlfriend been together?
Or boyfriend, whatever.
Oh, shit.
it is.
You get put on
Or
the spot.
boyfriend. Which girlfriend?
Oh.
I think like 5 months.
5 months. And then, how would you say? How's it different trying to get to know someone now versus like how it was back in high school? Where you-
Shit. That's
What?
a great question.
how it is to get to know someone now versus in high school?
Yeah, because like obviously it's back in high school. If you're trying to get to know someone, you're gonna see them like every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
You have.
But I saw this person every day.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Through
the
school.
same class.
Okay. Does it? Do you think it's anything different from college? Or sorry, high school and college? Just because of like more so free time. Because in high school it's like your school, back home almost pretty much, and then weekends maybe you'll have free time. College is like school for like half the day, and then the rest is like that's up to you how you want to spend it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, that's a good question. High school, you kind of know everyone,
Exactly.
everyone in your class.
Yeah.
So you kind of
Yeah.
know like, okay, who will probably like my girl and who probably wouldn't like my girl, and like,
Oh, you know your competition.
yeah, I know my competition.
Oh.
But in college, it's like you don't know, you're not friends with everyone, and you don't know everyone. It's such a big campus, so
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's like kind of harder because you don't know who she's talking to because you're just in that initial stage of talking.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do you think that in a way is better or worse for you, not knowing your competition or not knowing? Because if you don't know your competition, then you could go with the mindset of like there is no competition.
Okay, because at the same time she doesn't know like
Yeah.
her competition against me.
Okay.
Yeah.
She just like see like so it's kind of it falls on your part because you don't know who she's talking to, but she also doesn't know who you're talking to. But then I think at that point in college is where you have to make the move as fast as possible. Like in high school, you can kind of delay it and keep talking throughout the semester and get a good feel. Like, yeah, I think this is a good time for me to ask her out. I feel in college it's like, you know, as soon as you think you like this person, ask her out instantly because she's probably gonna like find someone else really fast.
Nah, I think it's
I think-
reverse.
No,
Yeah, because in high school you already know like of this person, so you already have like a background. Like, I mean, if you're dating to like marry, right? Like you already know the background, like what you want in this person. You can execute that right away anytime you want. But for college, like you guys are always doing your own thing. You don't want to seem too like, hey, I want to pursue you right now. You know, like, hey, like I got this going on.
but like pursue as like, hey, like I'm interested in you. I have feelings for you. Let's go on a date and get to know each other more. But so you establish that like once you say that and she agrees, you're kind of exclusive already.
Because I think what Justin's saying is for college, like now, I feel like, not speaking on everyone's behalf, like very or less likely the older we get that we're just dating to date. It's like the next one is probably gonna be you're not dating like I'm gonna date this person and
Yeah.
fix myself over 2 years and I'm gonna find the real one after that.
Because in college, right, you realistically have like one semester to see that person. Like there's like rarely you'll see her again next semester. But high school, you see them like every single semester till your senior year.
Regardless if you're taking the same
Yeah,
class.
regardless of taking the same class because high school's so small.
So you're saying
But then
like
you have a short time frame in college for you to like kind of establish like, hey, I like this girl, I'm gonna ask her out, or else you're gonna lose that chance like
your,
within like 16
your window
weeks.
is like
Or-
closed.
Yeah, your window is like a lot shorter in
Uh-huh.
college.
oh yeah,
Yeah, I would agree with Justin, and that it's like
I mean, we're looking at it like two complete different ways. Like, hey, like, dude, college, I feel like that's where you're like grind time. You know what I mean? So like, whoever just compliments your life, like, they just come in. That's why like you have to let that settle in, like marinate a little in. You can't just like jump.
But you have a
in like
shorter
that.
window to let it marinate in.
Well, okay, you're saying like, oh, you see this person every semester. That means you have to have one semester. That means you have to have a class with them. I'm saying like, let's say if you just see them on campus, you don't have a class with them at all.
Oh, then how did you meet?
You just like, hey, walked up to her like, hey, like, I think you're all like pretty cute or whatever. Like, hey, let me get your number. Let's start
No,
talking.
I never do that. No,
Yeah,
no,
that's totally different,
no,
then.
but
That's a
he's
different
asking me
scenario.
like how like and like how I would like, because he asked specifically how I met my like girlfriend, right? I met through class, and like so yeah, like after I don't know a few weeks where like okay, I like this person, I'll ask her out. But then like I can't really speak on the situation where I walk around campus, I see a girl in like the crowded cafeteria, and I just go up and ask her out. No, I wouldn't do that because that's
Oh,
we
wait,
don't know each other yet.
But yeah. Oh, you ask that girl out. Let's say you ask your girlfriend out. You have like no background of her at all. Like you just like met her. You talked to her like 3-4 times. Because every semester is like what 32 classes.
But also makes it fun, right?
wait, isn't that the point of you asking them out to like
Yeah,
kind of get them
yeah.
to
I
know
feel
them
like
better?
I wouldn't ask out a girl if I don't know their like background that much yet though. Low key.
Well, that's
For-
why
that's for me though.
you like ask them and then
Yeah.
see how it goes. If it's like shit, you
Because
on the next.
yeah, like it's like dude, like you
No, I get what
you
you're saying. It's like if you don't really know them that well, like, and then on the first day it sucked and it's awkward, then you just wasted your time. But then, is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, because like, oh, personally, like, oh yeah, like that walking up to a girl, like, yeah, I wouldn't really do that unless like you're really good looking, you know what I'm saying? But like, but But I usually wouldn't ask out a girl like if there's no potential at all. You know what I mean? Like
Potential as in how? So.
like relationship progressing into like marriage or like whatnot. Like
Okay.
I don't like just day to day. You know.
But
what I
how
mean?
would
So
how would you know that from, let's say, just meeting them?
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
Like, how would you know there is no potential?
Like, cause okay, let's say. Well, I don't want to say that. I just could gauge like if there is no potential for sure, like
And that's your own
family wise. Yeah. That's my personal like preferences that need to hit those check boxes first. Like hey, like okay, you do this. All right, that's cool. Like boom, green flag. Boom.
But how are you gonna get to that stage of getting that information?
Yeah, like let's say if I ask them, like let's say if I like hey like let's like if I ask them out, right? No, not like hey let me get your number, right? And I talk to them throughout like text and like hang out here and there just as friends first,
Alright.
and then I get to figure them out. Cause going back to the scenario, like usually if I were to ask a girl out or like ask for her number, I'll talk to her a little more first before I jump the gun. Like hey tomorrow let's go on a date. Like no. I'll like talk to them for like a week or so, and then like maybe even ghost them or whatnot. You know, like don't waste time, right?
But for potential, I think, like to gauge like how you are, I think what my girl did was that when we hanged out as a group with like her, like all our friends together, she would ask like personal like questions, like, hey, what do you guys think of, like, where would you take your first day out, or like, what do you think about like this situation, and what are your values on this situation, and then she would ask everyone out, right? But she was kind of singling me on my answer because she was interested in me, so she kind of like gauge me in asking like these questions
Like
to
broad
a
questions?
broad question to a whole group, but then really singling out how I would answer it. And that's
Also,
what
she already had her, mindset for you, but like it was.
Wait,
Test.
were you
Yeah, but she played
aware?
it in a way where like she was like trying to
Looking-
be friendly with everyone, but realistically she was trying to look for like what kind of answers I would give.
That's how your situation was.
Well,
Yeah.
that's fine then.
She said, hey, if you're dating me, like, what would you want to do?
And then
like,
she
to
looked
me?
into my eyes like this, and I was like,
Like, what would you want to do to me if I couldn't say no? Like,
Don't you think
Professor
would have done the same thing?
I personally would do the same thing too.
Right,
If I want to know someone, but I don't want to make it too obvious, I would like, you know, as I hang out, like, hey, what do you guys think about this? And then see like how you guys answer it.
Okay. I see.
But why are you only asking me? Like Raymond, did you get with a girl in college or was it high
In
school?
college? It was not high school.
Oh,
In
high
college, I was fat chilling
You
towards the end.
how about you?
High school.
High school?
High school to college.
Oh, you're high school.
Oh yeah, mine was like
No, you're in college too.
mine was like a
Oh,
little
but
bit of high school and college.
You knew prior.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's what you asked me. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
Because you're the most fresh.
Yeah, I guess. But you asked me.
Huh?
Never mind.
What's up?
You should have asked Nate.
That's not gonna use it.
Oh. I just got it out.
Hey, you should ask
You should have
Nate.
asked Nate.
I'll keep it that.
Oh, no, Nate
No.
told me the story.
It's
Yeah, I feel like Nate would give a pretty good answer too, cause his girl
Yeah.
wasn't a freaking.
Yeah, they,
No,
they
but
were,
but they're mutuals already.
but they were already mutuals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
so that's why it's
Yeah.
so easy. That's why I'm telling you, like, in high school, with mutuals, you can take your time.
Oh, okay.
That's
Oh
what I'm
yeah,
saying, because
yeah,
you already
yeah.
kind of know them, like, you
Uh,
already know what they're into.
I didn't know how much of a mutual you were with your girl.
Oh yeah,
That's why.
yeah. It was like just one class, and yeah.
Okay. I see. Ray, how do you think? What do you think is gonna be the situation for you to meet your next girl? Because now we are no longer in school.
Oh, that's a hard one.
Oh.
For me, ever since my last
On
relationship,
Grindr.
I've just been like,
No, hi, welcome to Tesla. Are you looking for any cars right now? It's like, I'm looking for you. It's like, oh my god.
He's gonna leave his number in the car.
no, that's actually a good. I mean, I feel like I've thought about it a little bit, but I'm not too worried yet. I guess that's the word.
I'm not saying that if you're worried. I'm just asking.
Like,
I'm in the same situation.
'cause-
We're both out of school now, but so we don't have that means of
Like,
Would
just
you guys
meeting
be
people.
open to all dating apps?
Hey, would you be all open to online dating apps?
What's wrong with the way I said it?
I don't know. I feel like those aren't. I feel like it's not very like genuine because like, for me, I'd rather meet someone like naturally than like try to
Naturally?
force it. If that makes sense.
Maybe you're watching too many Disney movies.
Dude, you know. Alright.
No. Okay.
Dude, alright, truthfully, the one thing about dating apps that like where I wouldn't want to like meet someone through there, I don't want that to be like how I explain it to people. How'd you guys meet? Hinge. Like I feel like that has like a negative connotation to it.
What's
Oh,
the negative
it does.
connotation?
Yeah, it does. It does.
But what is it?
Cause it's like in a way it's like
it's not organic. Like two people are looking for something, rather than hey, like it just happened like coincidentally, you know, like oh, like
It doesn't follow what like the old school traditional
the
way.
old school, like whatever animation put in our
You
head.
think meeting a girl, let's say hypothetically, you met a girl at a club, right? You think that looks better than meeting a girl online?
Yeah, I would say so.
You think so?
Yeah.
I say it looks better, but at the same time, I don't think I'm out looking for a girl at the club. But if I were to choose between saying my girlfriend that I met her at a club versus I met her on Hinge, maybe the club, probably over Hinge. I feel like Hinge or any like dating apps, it's like more so they're on it and they're very open to short term.
Why?
Because if it doesn't work out through the talking, you just keep swiping and you find another person.
Yeah.
Versus like if I met someone at the club, I definitely had to make a certain amount of effort to go up to you, to talk to you and something. I can't just say, oh no, I'm not feeling you. Turn to the next person. That's not the same as like, oh, dry text, deny, next person, deny next person.
Yeah, we see that a lot in our friends too. Like, and anybody that goes through dating apps, like it's really short term.
But they had the intention of making it short term.
What do you mean?
I don't think
Right?
intention-
Well, it depends. I don't know. It's
Because
like-
he's saying like, oh, like usually our friends who use dating apps, it's usually short term. But they very knew that it was just gonna be short term, right?
No,
Yeah,
like
but
they're
like-
actually looking for something, and then that other person knew that hey, there's so many options out there. Like, this could be short term, this could be long term, but like they don't really put in as much effort as they would if they met organically. Like, hey, I put in all this effort to talk to you. I'm not gonna throw that all away.
Yeah, like let's say someone like on a dating app,
Mm-hmm.
it wouldn't surprise them as much if things didn't work out because like, oh, I just talked to you like this, right?
Okay.
We had nothing going.
Okay.
Versus like you talk to someone in person, like you got to know someone, it's like, oh, he tried to get to know me. Like he put in more effort than just like on my phone.
Where would you guys want to meet your ideal girl?
Where would I want to meet?
Because you say like, oh, like I don't really want to meet at a club or at the bar, and I could understand that. So where would you want to ideally meet them?
I don't think there's an ideal, but I think the most realistic situation for me to meet a new person would probably be through mutuals.
Through mutuals?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think in a way that has some sort of, I don't know what's the right word.
But isn't that kind of a bad thing? Because you're just kind of waiting. You're not really putting yourself out there.
I think that is a bad thing if it like I say get later, but I think right now at our age is not too big of a like.
Okay.
I need to
Because
be in
you
a
have
relationship.
a good amount of time left.
Yeah. So it's like that's not too big of a thing. I think okay, yeah, maybe if I'm like pushing 27, like shit, I need to go meet someone. Yeah, maybe I'll put myself out there more. But like at currently, my age, I would be comfortable with meeting someone if it like things just happen like how it is, and like not too much pressure on like, oh, I put myself out there, go meet other people, like, or let's say like, oh, it'll be okay with like I'm hanging out with you guys and like you have some other friend and then we start getting to know each other. That'll be perfectly fine.
Yeah. I want to go back to your original question. Yeah, it's literally where I'm at. Like, ever since my last relationship, I've just like chilling doing me because I feel like, honestly, being single is low-key kind of fun. Like you can do whatever the fuck you want, whenever you want, however you want it.
It's cheaper too.
Yeah. So like, that's why for me now, like it's not even. Like, I mean, I guess the thought has crossed my mind, but I don't really care enough. I feel like I already have so much shit I have to deal with, like figuring out my own life. Like, it's not really like a priority. So like, tying back to kind of how Brian answered, like if it happens, it happens. I meet someone somehow, some way. Cool. If it works, like nice. If it doesn't, then we'll figure it out down the line.
I feel like that's how it is all nowadays. Like everybody's just into their own like careers, their own lives, their own experiences, that they're not really active to find like relationship. But if it happens, it happens. But most of the times you also do see those people who like say that it happens, and they're like, next thing you know, snap of fingers, they're like 40 years old.
Like I'm 40, I'm like shit.
And then they're trying to settle for like whatever they get.
Well, I feel like so the reason same with Ray, like I think right now our age is not too big of a like I guess pressure or so.
I
Maybe
agree.
if it's like comes later, like maybe we have
I agree.
Yeah, maybe in like I don't know, like 3 to 5 years. If I haven't done shit by then, that might be a red flag. That might
Ray's
be a
not even
big red
scared.
flag.
He doesn't have a best friend.
No, but I feel like guy for the guy's part, you know, like it's not really that hard because like most of the time you can see an older guy dating a younger girl, you know, a guy that's more successful, or like as guys mature they get like better, you know, like it's just how it is, like breadwinner.
But wouldn't you be scared?
progress.
if that happened.
What do you mean? How?
Like, if you were successful and then you found a girl, well, now would you be thinking that she with me because I am successful?
No, it's just how you're gonna like how do you say it? Like present yourself.
Okay.
Let's say you're a cocky ass douchebag,
Well,
like that's like, oh, I could buy you everything. That's how you're gonna set the standard for that relationship. Like, hey, I'm gonna buy you everything. Like, you don't have to worry about shit. Now, like, if I can't supply this for you or like do this for you, now you're gonna dump me. But let's just say if like you do like a normal relationship, like you pay like here and there, and then like she offers, and then sometimes you take it, sometimes you don't. Then you put that perspective in her head, like, hey, it's not just all about money. You know?
I wouldn't think.
That's true.
I get what you're coming at. Like, let's say like you're at like a good standing. Let's say in one example financially, and then a girl is in a way attracted to you. Let's say it's not entirely because of your financial situation, but she is aware of that, and that does bump you up a little bit. I don't think that's a bad thing for her to have consideration for you. Because like likewise, would you not be interested in a girl that is very good like financial standing as well?
No, I wouldn't care.
No.
No.
Not like it wouldn't like not that it's the whole thing, but like would it not like boost her a little bit? Like, oh, she's like
No.
I don't think it'll bother. Yeah, I don't think it'll bother
I
me.
don't think it
either.
bother me at all.
Like,
no, not that if she wasn't.
I don't see it as a boost either. If it was like two of the same girl and one makes more than the other, I still see them the same.
No.
Yeah.
That's,
Or okay,
Or
what are you
what-
trying
how
to?
are you
what are you
trying
trying
to
I'm
to say?
thinking it's like it's not really like a comparison. Oh, this one makes more money than another one. But I'm saying like if they are at a good, we're not even like I'm not even trying to say like financial, like just like how do you say? They're like set in what they're doing. They're not like just bumming it out or whatever.
Mhm.
Like does it not in a way attract you to a sense like oh they're responsible.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Not for the fact that I wanna be with this person because I know she can take care of herself. That I won't have to take care of her. It's like she can take care of herself. That's an attractive thing to me.
I actually don't find that like, I don't find that as such a big trait that I would need. Like, if she can't take care of herself or she can, I think it's just how. That's a hard one for me. It's just perspective. Like, what do you
let's
want?
say because I'm not saying like independent or dependent women, independent is better, but like it does independent not look good in a sense. Not that you would choose one over the other, but does it not help her situation?
it's not like a make or break type of thing, but it's like nice to have, because then I think someone that's like not bumming it out and then like actually working for this shit, it tells a lot about character and how if you guys do get together, how it might give you like I guess some like look into how things might be in the future or like how they might respond to certain things, versus like someone that's just like chilling at home, has everything given to them. Not saying that they're won't be able to be like responsible and whatnot, but definitely when someone's like motivated, has all their shit kind of figured out and like trying to like work towards something, it gives you a good indication of the type of person they are.
Like I think my example for like the stability thing
In
was a
some way.
little too far, but like does someone being driven not look appealing to you?
Yeah. No, it is actually very appealing. Like,
So
hey, someone-
I'd say I'll leave it at that more so than like having a stable job.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
you meant like financially.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
I'm not talking about,
but you
I'm
meant,
not
like,
talking about
just
money shit.
Because I'm saying more off because I'm only saying that because if you see that someone is like I guess stable in like a job and something, I relate that more so, or like the trait that I see is like they're driven, they know what they're doing, not so like I know that they make enough.
Oh,
money.
okay, yeah.
Driven is definitely a plus
Yeah,
because
yeah,
like
yeah.
they
Fuck
kind
the
of
money.
those people like not only make you kind of like insecure, like if you're not doing well, they also push you. So like, hey, my girlfriend's doing this well, like I need to also push myself too. Not only that, support plays a big role as well. So if they're driven and they're supportive, they only make you better. So like you guys keep sharpening each other. Next thing you know, you're already at the top with your girl and you don't even know it, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's just like the journey, like the drivenness behind them is gonna help you a lot in the long run if you're a very ambitious person. Even if you're not, like
It'll help you like
It'll help you
shape
no
up
matter
in
what.
some way.
Yeah.
Like it'll affect you in one way or another.
Yeah, but you're never gonna have an ambitious girl chase a non-ambitious guy. Like you'll never see that. So you're probably if you have an ambitious girl, you're probably ambitious yourself.
Yeah.
Give or take. Right?
Yeah, I think it's pretty true. Yeah, for sure.
Right, so it's just a plus. Like, hey, I got that support system. I got a baseline to measure to. like guys are always viewed as the breadwinner. Hey, like my girl making 300K, bro, I'm gonna make fucking 500K. I'm gonna make like a mil, like something like that, you know. And then
That's where I was saying like it's a plus. Like so like driven and not driven person. Obviously, you can potentially like someone that's not as driven, but definitely the driven one will give you a
yeah. Most definitely. I agree with that one.
Alright. Alright. So, how many years past high school were you right now?
That's 6 for them, 5 for us.
6 and 5 for
Yeah.
us.
Are you? I wouldn't say excited, but to an extent, are you looking forward to your college reunion? Because we're already halfway there. Because usually it's 10 years.
College reunion?
Oh, are you talking about high school reunion?
Sorry, high school reunion. Sorry.
Oh, high school reunion.
I never, dude. If that ever went down, I would probably never go to one of those.
I'll let you know now. Yeah, no, I don't.
I wouldn't
I
go.
never will go.
Because all the people I want to see, I'm seeing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to reconnect with anyone back that I'm not seeing right now.
Yeah, I feel like I would not need to reconnect.
I feel like people who do that will kind of want to do it in a way to brag, like,
Yeah.
this is how I am
it's like a
now.
flex.
And then you have to hear that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to hear that. Like, and then like as we grow older, time gets so precious. Like, you only make your free available time for the people you like. Why would I do it to people who I don't even like? You know what I mean? Like, there's a reason why we're not friends right
Like
now.
the only
Like,
reason
I
I would do that is to maybe reconnect with a teacher back in high school that I really liked, and tell him update him how I am now. But unfortunately, that's not the case. So like, I wouldn't really go back.
Yeah. Like at most, maybe
I would do it for college reunion though.
like for high school, maybe at most like some friendships that kind of just like drifted off, maybe catch up. But like for all the other people, nah. Like I'm only there for a few people, and that's about it.
I'll probably if anything, if I want to link up with you, I'll probably hit you up.
Yeah, I wouldn't wait for a high school reunion.
Yeah, like to see
potentially
everybody,
meet you.
Yeah, to see everybody like that you disliked and liked, but like everybody that you liked, you're probably still in contact with you unless they dislike you and you like them. But yeah, like no, I would personally, I wouldn't go back to a high school reunion. How about you though?
Honestly, probably not.
Nah, you would, huh? But then when we said it,
no, I think you would.
He changed his mind.
I think you would because you have so many friends though. Like your friend group is so big, so like it's so hard to catch up with all of them. And it's not like you don't like them; it's just that you guys drifted apart, and that's like the greatest way for you to see them.
But I think so one issue I understand like the whole like type of scenario it is like when you go to a reunion. The whole premise is like people are trying to like show how they've been in 10 years, and then the reason why I say I wouldn't go is because one I guess issue I have or that I was brought aware like even regardless of whatever accomplishments I make, I don't know how to like I guess I don't take compliments well or like in a way like brag about it like there's a way like to brag about it and there's also a way to like acknowledge your own like accomplishments and I don't know how is a good way to like.
Like you're talking about like you don't know like how to present it in a way where it's not like
cocky.
Yeah.
So like let's say like at your grad party, right? I was talking with Will and Paul, right? And then Will was talking about my current job. It's like Brian. He was telling Paul like Brian's do this like he's whatever. And then I'm just like no it's fine. What's like I don't know how to like I guess in a way.
Like trying to humble yourself right now.
Yeah,
like,
without making yourself like seem like an asshole.
Yeah.
That's
something like you're actually right.
For that I usually tell them like I'm going to grad school, but I wouldn't tell them like what my ultimate outcome is. I would just tell I'm just trying to go back to school and just learn more or pursue higher education.
Okay. But do you think
so kind of dumbify it
in a way like eventually like likewise I do want to be like how to say proud of my own accomplishment, but how would I go about that in a way that doesn't seem like I'm trying to like flex on everyone.
Oh, dude, you could just keep it short and simple. Like if a random person goes like, for me, if I don't want to talk about it because I don't feel comfortable when people like hype me up either, right? Like or like that because my parents always be doing that shit to my fucking family members.
No,
I don't know what to say.
The Asian thing. I tell you, the Asian thing.
And then like I'll just go like I'm just doing like if like let's say I'm doing a master's in business, right? And I'll just be like I'm studying business. I wouldn't stop talking about masters or I wouldn't talk about like the job I'm doing or what I want to pursue in the future, like what he said. I'll just talk about like just simplify so little that like they don't even want to question it because it gives off the vibe that I don't want to talk about it.
You just try to keep it as vague as possible.
Yeah,
exactly. As big as possible.
Yeah, I
so
think
they can think what they want to
think.
think, you know what I mean? Like, but if they actually have the big balls to like ask you shit, like I'll get more in depth in it. If you really, really want to fucking know, like, I don't want to like come off like, hey, like you don't want to know, but I'm gonna fucking tell you, like.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, like if someone asks you, you don't want to like spill it all out at once. You kind of just tell them a little bit, and if they want to know more, then you go from there.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely the safer option, so you don't come off as like a.
Yeah, like cocky
Yeah.
douchebags. Like,
Yeah,
damn, chill.
sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
Alright, so I'm gonna ask Justin this because we kind of talked about the last one, but like we're gonna scrap that one. How?
This one shut off.
What's it?
I think this one shut off. I heard that didn't.
this, I don't know if it's this one or this one. I just heard that something shut off.
I'm gonna ask Raymond a question.
Yeah.
Raymond, why are you such a fucking loser?
About what? Just in general?
Just in general.
Ah, shit. Down.
When did you get Ultra Boost?
Are those the recycled ones?
Huh?
Are they the recycled ones?
No.
You're talking about? Like they do like the renewable ones now?
Was it cheaper?
They're cheaper, but the quality is actually really fucking good.
Right, they did, right?
Oh, well, no, unfortunately.
These are just like regular ones?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I heard
I've never seen that color. That's
I
why.
didn't know if it was, you know? I have 2 Ultra Boosts for you, Justin, at my house with your name on it, man.
Dude, there's no way I can scrap this, dude. The last one I scrapped it because of the fucking thing turned off.
I think I'm gonna pick one of them.
Really?
No, wait, this is my 3rd beer, man.
It depends.
This is how I didn't drink.
I feel like
we have this one.
it just depends on how you're feeling today.
Wait, what happened? What did you do?